and welcome to Solidworks Station. My name's Stuart, and in today's tutorial we're going to look through the Model Mania for 2019. The way that Model Mania works is it comes in two phases, and it's a competition run every year by Solidworks. In the first phase you're asked to complete an engineering drawing on the program Solidworks as quickly and as accurately as you possibly can. Once phase 1's been completed, you're then issued with another drawing, which is phase 2, which asks you to make modifications and necessary changes to the design 1. However, in this video tutorial we're going to look at just phase 1, and there will be another tutorial coming soon where we look at phase 2. If you experience any problems during this particular tutorial, or you feel you need some extra support or guidance in order to complete this, then please get in touch by dropping a comment in the comment section below this video, and I'll be more than happy to get in touch with you and hopefully resolve some of the issues that you might be experiencing. Best of luck everyone, and let's get started. Okay, so I've got the engineering drawing open here for phase 1. SolidWorks like to provide you with an orthographic drawing, so we've got the front view, top view and side view, and we've also got an isometric as well. Sometimes they provide you with more than one isometric, sometimes it's just one on its own. So for phase 1, quite simple really. We've got an extrude that's happening, okay, that we can see here, 70mm. We've got a cut extrude that we could use to produce this cutaway part here, which is at 50. Got a draft angle happening on both sides at 5 degrees. We've got an M6 socket button head cap screw going through the centre of this part, and we've got some radii to put in as well at R2. Notes down here, it says all dimensions are in millimetres, and our material is going to be a plain carbon steel. I'm going to start this in the right plane, okay, and I'm going to start to draw up this particular sketch. So this sketch is going to be a mixture of a 22mm line, okay, to the centre part of the circle, a 24mm line, which is represented here for the back edge of the part, and then 3 circles, one at 10mm diameter, one at 16mm diameter, and one at 30mm diameter. Okay, so I'm going to minimize this. I'm going to go to my right plane and sketch. Just ensure you're normal 2 there. Okay, so right plane, normal 2, and in sketch mode. Okay, so I'm going to draw a line to start off with for construction. Out, like we discussed, and we said it was 22mm. I now need to go and get another line. I'm going to do this as a midpoint line. Click on my origin, and I'm going to smart dimension this one up at 24. We also discussed having 3 circles at the end of this point, one at 10, one at 16, and one at 30. We can go to smart dimension, and we can give these the values, the correct values. So 10. This one is 16, and we've got another one here at 30. Okay, from here what I'm going to do is place some tangent lines to connect the 16mm circle to this point and to this point. So I'm going to go and grab a line. I'm going to hover over this circle, and you notice there's a little glyph, a yellow glyph, that is below my pencil. That indicates that there's tangency there. Okay. Be careful not to pick up a quadrant. Okay, you just want the circumference. So I'm just going to left click once. Okay, and you can see now that SolidWorks is preserving that tangency with that line. Okay, I'm going to click on this top point, go back down, left click on the circumference. Okay, and there we go. Sometimes Okay, it is. You can see it's preserving the tangency all the way around, but you can see if I click on this point now, okay, that's not what I want. So I'm just going to press escape. I'm going to go back onto my line, click onto this circumference. Okay, I've got it again. Okay, and click on this bottom point there. Perfect. From here I can extrude, so I'm going to go to Features, Extrude Boss Base, and Selected Contours. Because I've done this as a sketch, and some of those sketches overlap each other, you have an option to pick the contours or the regions that you want. So we want to extrude these bottom bits, these parts, okay, and this circle. So you can see the preview that I've got there. Okay, that's what I want to extrude. However, I want to go mid-plane, and I want to go a value of 70. Okay, let me just show you that on the engineering drawing. So you can see the 70 here. Okay, this is where I'm extruding now, so I'm extruding all of it. Not worried about this cutout yet. Okay, I'm just going to extrude the whole thing by 70. So we get a preview, and we can green tick. Okay, so that's what I've got. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to reuse the sketch that we created at the start. So if you just expand the boss extrude, you notice your sketch is underneath it. Left click on that, go to Features, and go to Extruded Cut. Here now we want to pick up the pieces that we want to take away from this solid that we've got at the moment. So again, we're in Selected Contours mode. So I want these bottom bits. We get a nice preview as well. I want this top bit, okay, and I also want this inner circle and this outer circle, okay. So I want the whole of it to be removed. I want to go mid-plane, and I want this value not to be 70, to be 50. I'll just show you that on the engineering drawing. Okay, we've got 50 millimeters here that we're actually removing. And green tick. Okay, so that is what we're left with. Control 7 on your keyboard, you can get a nice isometric view and just see if it represents what we've got here. So it's looking good. We just need to put these draft angles in. We need to put in this M6 counterbore socket button head cap screw that's centralized. Well, it's going to be on the origin point. And then from there we need to put in our R2 fillets and apply a plain carbon steel material. So I'm just going to minimize that. Let's start off with the draft angle. Nice and easy, this one. So in the Features tab, you'll notice that you've got the option to draft. So we're going to select draft. Ensure that you're in a neutral plane. It's asking us for our plane that we want to draft from. That is going to be this plane. However, we don't want to draft downwards. We want to flip that so that we're drafting upwards. Our draft angle is going to be 5 degrees. And faces to draft is going to be this one and this one. Okay. From here, okay, we don't get a preview. We can't. There's no option to preview in here. Okay. You only get to see this after you've clicked on the green tick. So green tick. And if we do Control 1 on your keyboard, you get to see that draft angle. Control 4, okay, you get to see it from this side. Control 6, you get to see it from a front view. Or in this case, this would be a top view. Okay. So from here, let's apply. Well, we can do it either way around. You can apply your fillets and then put in the hole, or you can put the hole in first and then do the fillets. I'm going to do the hole first, and then I'm going to do the fillets and then apply the material. So I'm going to go to Hole Wizard. Get 3 options here. I'm going to choose Hole Wizard, and let's pick the type that we need. So we need a counterbore. Let's just check that. Yeah, counterbore M6 socket button head cap screw, and it's going through all. Okay, so counterbore. We want ANSI metric, we're working in metric units. Socket head cap screw, M6. The fit, just normal. End condition through all. Okay. Now, nothing's happening at the moment. That's because you need to flip into the next tab, which is positions. click on 3D sketch and just pop it on that surface for the time being. Okay, now you can see at the moment, okay, that's popping it right down there, which is not what we want. We want the center point of this circle. Let me just press escape. The center point of this hole to be in line with this axis of 0, 0, and that's really simple to do. All you do is hold down Control, click on the axis, okay, and this part has already been selected. Okay, there's no need to click on this bit, so it's just click on the axis where you want to line it up with, and this is going to be in the Z direction. Okay, so along Z. Okay, and that is actually lined it up perfectly. Okay, with this with axis. Okay, so green tick again, and then you can see that, okay, has been perfectly lined up and is ready to go. So from here, let's put on our fillets. It's saying there are 2, and we've got them down this edge, and all the way around here. So again, really simple to do. We're going to go into fillet. This is in the features tab. Into fillet. We want a 2mm fillet, and it's going to be a constant size fillet, so it's the first option. Okay, constant size fillet. And the quickest way to do this is just to click on this face. You get all of that, which is what we need. And we just need to pick up this face. And then we want this edge here. Okay, and the same on this side. Okay, and that's it. We get our preview. If you've got no preview selected, you won't see it, so just make sure you've got full preview on, okay, in order to see it, and then green tick. Okay, from here, one last thing to do, which is to apply the material, and to do that, over here to the feature manager, just right click on material, and it's asking for a plain carbon steel. I'll show you where that is. So material here, plain carbon steel. That's one of the quickest ones to select, so you just right click and go to plain carbon steel. If it's not in this list here, it will be under edit material, and it will be in here. Okay. However, we can close this, right click on this, and go to plain carbon steel, like so. Control 7 on your keyboard will give you a nice isometric view. If you want to apply a colour to this, like they have, you could go into appearances. You could go to solid, red, just drag and drop that, like so. Okay, and you want to apply that to the fillets. Okay, so you could do that to show where the fillets have been applied. Just notice here that it's applied the fillet on these circles, okay, and there's no fillet on them, so we're going to have to sort that out. So the best way to do that is to go into fillet, edit the fillet, clear the selection, and we'll start again. We want this and this, we want this and this edge, and we want this edge. It's always good just to double check, make sure you've got everything right, and green tick. Let's have a little look back on here, make sure we're right. Perfect. Control 7, and there we go. Sometimes it might ask you for a centre of mass. Sometimes it might ask you for the overall mass of the part. If it does ask you that on a Solidworks Model Mania, all you're going to do is go to the Evaluate tab. If that's not there, just right click and choose Evaluate. Go to the Evaluate tab, go to Mass Properties, and you'll get your mass here. So it's 130.12 grams. That's the 2 decimal places. If it asks for 3 decimal places, just go to Options, go to Custom Settings, up it to 3 or 4, whatever you need to do. And you can change the type in here if it asks for it in kilograms. So you could go to kilograms and OK. And there you go. The mass is 0.130 kilograms. So just be aware of these settings here. You can manipulate these, you can change them, okay, to suit whatever the question is asking in order for you to put in the correct answer. Okay, that concludes part 1, phase 1 of the 2019 Model Mania. I hope that's been beneficial and I hope it's been enjoyable. Do look out for phase 2, okay, where we'll make some changes to this and do a bit of FEA analysis on it as well. Thank you very much for those of you who have subscribed already. If you haven't, please like and subscribe to Solidworks Station, and if you're new to the channel and you're enjoying the content, you can always give me a big thumbs up. Thank you very much, thank you for your support, and see you all soon. Goodbye.